the fuck am I going to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how? How do I have a conversation with JT and say, hey, we're going to bring you off? Like, what do you think about coming off the bench while you get your rhythm and find your pace? And what do you think about that?
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough conversation, especially with somebody who already put out there and said, like, I'm coming back
to be Jayson
Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm sure Missoula trying to figure that shit out too. But for them to make that trade and for Anthony Simons, you know, trade him to Chicago, for him to go get Vooch, like that, those are like very specific pieces.
Yep.
That you start to build and put together for the return of somebody like Jayson Tatum. Because now you bolster your bench. If you think about the moves that Boston made, they moved, what's the name, Pritchard to the bench, right? Now you go get Vooch, right? Now you hear the rumblings of JT coming back. Now let's make this work.
Okay. So
it's going to have to a real sit down, a real honorable, real conversation. No egos involved in the room. Like, we have a real shot. Like, this ain't like we've been playing good and we like 5th seed or 8th, 7th seed and we got a shot to, if we get JT back, we can go get it.
Yeah.
This is like, we have a real legit shot.
Would that be the craziest?
JB could get them there.
Yeah.
He could get them to the Eastern Conference Finals. Boston team could get you to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
Now, winning, you're going to need a full-strength Jayson Tatum.
So you think that's their ceiling? Like, if Tatum's healthy, fits in like a glove, this Boston Celtics team could win a championship this year?
It's a possibility. They have the makeup of the team.
Mm-hmm.
They have an MVP.
Mm-hmm.
They have shooting. They have defense. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I'll be so sick.
They have a bench, right? So they have a complete team to go out there and win a championship.
Nothing would make me more sick as a Knicks fan if.
I mean, trust me, it'll make me sick too. But I'm just saying, the reality of that is the reality of that. It's a possibility that they can get there.
I'd be sick. I'm not gonna lie. It would hurt. It would hurt. But we'll see, man. I'm just happy to see him back hooping because I don't want no excuses either. All right. When the Knicks knocked them out in 6.
I think Boston got their own set of issues as far as how they're gonna approach this right here, because how they approach this. How can I say this? How they approach this next move is going to say a lot about where this organization is headed.
Yeah.
Like this next couple weeks, it's going to say a lot about where Boston organization is headed and the message that they're trying to send to whoever.
We're going to see, man. But you're right. I think regardless, great season by them because I don't think anybody.
So, all right, apparently, man, and I'm going to talk about, Tatum trainer trying to get at Melo. Y'all see it before. And then you got different NBA players in the media and some other media people saying that, well, Jayson Tatum got to understand it's Jaylen Brown's team. And they do this divisive stuff, man. Like, this is why, players sit there for years and they criticize people like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith and certain media members for years for doing things like this in the media. But then what you have is you have NBA players in the media doing the exact same thing, and it's worse because you was in the fraternity or you was in the brotherhood of the NBA, and y'all doing this. So what does it matter about who team it is? Like, why do they want to be divisive or cause that split between these brothers when we seen what happened with Shaq and Penny, and it was pretty much Shaq being jealous of Penny and Penny being with Nike, and it was just, Shaq's a jealous person. But and he did the same thing with Kobe. And, in hindsight, he matured. We got to do this together. I don't really understand the obsession amongst black people wanting to do it by ourselves. Now, I get it when you try to get money with people and they show you, they two-faced, they stab you in the back. You be like, I want to do it but we better together. You know, the late great Frankie Beverly had a song, "We Are One." We're better together. So, you know, I was Jayson Tatum. We gonna trade him to Sacramento to prove that man, get out of here. Get out of here. Prove what? What do y'all understand? Especially in the history in the city and the team that Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown play for. Like I think it was the 84-85 or 83-84 Boston Celtics was considered. I think it's 83-84. Considered the greatest basketball team by a lot of pundits. They had Bird, McHale, Dennis Johnson, the Chief, Robert Parrish. That's probably about four or five fucking Hall of Fame. Bill Walton was on the bench. He wasn't Bill Walton, that one in Portland. Like, dog, nobody does it by itself. Man, Michael didn't really get over the hump until Phil and Tex came in and they got Scotty. Nobody, I don't understand this obsession with in basketball. Oh, you do it. SGA didn't do it by itself. Without Jalen Williams and Wiggins and Shaq and the coach and all that, man, it's a team sport. Nobody does it by yourself. Even in tennis and golf, they got teams. They got a caddy. They got a coach. They got a strength and conditioning coach. Nobody does it by themselves, bro. And I don't really understand the obsession in basketball. Ask Tracy McGrady. He'd wish Tim Duncan would have been there. He'd wish Grant Hill was healthy. Although, yeah, it was good to have the points, but what did he have to show for it? Not one playoff series victory. You gonna do Kevin Love put all them phenomenal numbers up there in Minnesota? I bet Brady Pritchard was glad when he started winning in Cleveland. Regardless if the numbers went down. I know he's glad when he started winning in Cleveland. So when we start having these conversations, dog, stop. I don't understand the players, bro. Y'all know what it is. No, man, it ain't nobody's. It's our team. Everybody's important, from the towel boy to the coach. Everybody's important. I don't understand what this. It's my team, and man, dude, Kobe couldn't have did it without Shaq. And imagine if Kobe did do it when he did do it without Shaq, without that experience with winning with Shaq and then winning with each other. Could they went on and won without each other? Probably fucking not. And when you get older, you understand that, dog, it's a team effort. And that's why a lot of brothers and sisters have issues, in my opinion, in relationships. Because in relationships, it's you versus me. No, nigga, we won. When we get married and we decide to be one, we're one. It's not your account, my money, your children. It's our shit. And that's just, people just got that shit bad in the community. Yeah, people, so, hey, the NBA players, that's in the media. It ain't your team. Guess whose team it is? Whoever cutting the checks. That's what team it is. So them going out here making all these videos and trying to get clickbait, trying to put them brothers against each other, bro. Come on, man. I don't like it. But as far as the trainer, Carmelo didn't say nothing bad from what I heard. He just, how do you take a guy who's been one of the best players in the league? He's been an MVP candidate. I've seen Tatum play in person, bro. He's phenomenal. And he's coming from an injury, and you tell him to come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Or you tell him to take a smaller role. You know what I'm saying? And obviously it's because of the injury. It's because of the injury. How does he come back? How does he shake the nerves off? You put him with the second unit. Then, eventually they closing the game out. So, how does Tatum take, and he seems, the reason why it worked, him and Jalen Brown is don't seem two of them dudes have an alpha male mentality. I'm not saying they're not alpha male, but they don't have an alpha man mentality or a big ego or nothing like that. So, at the end of the day, he probably not going to be back to himself for another year. You know what I'm saying? 10 months out, middle of next season. But the thing about it, he's not really predicated on his athleticism. Him being 6'10", him being able to post up and being able to create space with his body, I think he can be okay. But yeah, implement him into the team, it's gonna be tough. You trying to get Vujovic into the role. You done got Pritchard into a role. You done got Derek White into a role. So also having them step back in the roles that they've been in, Tatum is just gonna have to get in where he fit in. And next training camp, they'll get back to business. or if they make it far in the playoffs, then he can get back to business. But yeah, to me, the former NBA players in the media should be ashamed of themselves. I don't think Carmelo said nothing bad. It's just that how do you check that ego? And then the Tatum trainer, is like, well, his trainer is like, well, how can somebody tell somebody to win and never win? At the end of the day, man, Carmelo was a great player. He wasn't in a position to win. Now, at some points, did he have the mentality to win? Probably not. But, how do you not like Carmelo Anthony host? Even his NBA career, I love Melo. But there ain't really no ego. There's no ego with Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? He seemed to be a cool dude. Seemed to be a really good dude, bro. So I don't know how the trainer, trying to get some clout or feel a certain way about Melo, but I don't get it, man. I don't think he said nothing wrong. It's just that how is Tatum gonna deal with taking that step back? And then if he physically can't perform like he used to perform right away, mentally, I get what he's saying, but it is what it is. Everybody want to be divisive. Everybody want to cause confusion. Everybody want clout. Hit the link in the description. Say find me everywhere from X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support, peace.